What's up, everyone? This is Rick at UTVSource.com, and this is the Tornado. This build spun out of control. So as you can tell, this is not your normal or your stock 2020 Pro XP. Our customer came to us and he said two things. I want to break necks and I want to break the internet. And I think we've accomplished that with Tornado. If you look, you'll notice the wrap right off the bat. It's insane. This car is like next level wrap. It's an overlay wrap over an overlay wrap over an overlay wrap. They basically had to peel everything off and go from there, and it gives this awesome effect in satins and glosses and greens, which are the colors we played with. I think it turned out killer. This was done by Fab Works, and he always kills it. He did our last car, and he's done my other Can-Am as well. So I hope our customer likes this. He hasn't seen it. We're gonna get a reaction on him later, but for now, let's just keep rolling. This is the Fab Works Bumper. This is for the Pro XP. The customer wants to hit other cars. So you can tell there's a crossbar in here. It bolts up. It also is a bulkhead for your front end. In the bumper, you got a KC Highlights Flex Series 10-inch with black rings. If you look down below, this is no longer a 64-inch car. This has got the 72-inch conversion long travel kit from HCR. This is the dual sport kit. And before we had it powder coated or even installed, we had these welded in. And that's for your jack. The customer wanted easy in this build. Easy was a key word. He's 6'10". He doesn't want to do anything. He wants to enjoy the ride, and he's got the budget to do so. So he's going to undo his jack, slide it in there. The car's going to go up. His jack can't slip out, and the car can't fall on him. Done, done, done. It's done in a Lamborghini gray, and it looks awesome on this car. We've outfitted it with these Tensor tires. These are 33s. We didn't want to go to a 35. We didn't want to get into the clutching or any of that stuff. We want to try to keep it as stock as possible on the drivetrain so he has no issues. This is already one of the fastest Polarises on the market. He did want a tuner. We do have a tuner to put on it for him, and that's through Trinity. Again, that's on our website at utvsource.com, as well as everything you've seen so far. Let's keep it rolling. Up top, keywords, easy. He doesn't want to get out of his car. This Pro 6 from KC Highlights is on an actuator. He's going to hit a button. That's it. He can aim his light wherever he wants it. If he's up on a dune, he can look down the dune. If he's up, he can point it down. If he's going up somewhere, he can point the lights up. He has total control of his lighting package at the flip of a switch. And that was all wired up at Eric's shop, Hardwired Performance, who, in my words, one of the best. It's all mil-spec wiring on this. Now you're gonna notice the cage. This is not a bolt-on cage. He's 6'10". 6'10" guys don't fit in cars. They just don't. So, a couple of the key things that you may not pick up just by looking at it. Most cages bolt on up here. Everything was clipped down off the chassis. This is a custom cage that we had created with him with the help from Fab Works. The cage is actually 2 inches wider per side to accommodate 2-inch wider seats that do not fit in your standard Pro XP. Bill's a big guy. On top of that, the seats have been slammed 3 inches. All the factory stuff has been gutted. It's on billet rails now for adjustability. The cage is actually 2 inches over stock. You wouldn't notice that because the custom roof rolls over it, and it gives you the look of a slammed cage without sacrificing the head space. It's got an oversized windshield. This is probably the biggest windshield in a UTV. It's OEM grade glass as well, which is standard on all the Fab Works cages that are on the website at utvsource.com. You're gonna notice the interior. We're gonna get back to that later because there's more on the outside. On the Fab Works cage, you have the option of the window nets. They're removable. We've had them color matched. Rear opening doors. This is a 4-seater? Not anymore. It's a 2-seater. We're gonna get into that later. Keep it moving to the back. We've had to relocate. All the fuel system is now externally mounted outside of the vehicle. And you're gonna notice There's no factory plastics on this. This is all handmade aluminum. And it's done to an extremely high level, very high level. Everything comes off with Zeus tabs. The rear lights, they've been flushed in like an old hot rod trick. Same with the KC Highlights Cyclones that are now backup lights. Carries a full spare. In fact, it can carry 2 spares. He wants to go to Baja. If he wants to go there, he can stack 2 high. The camera's been relocated because it's a factory option on the Pro XP, so he gets to see everything behind him. It looks like the car is floating off in the back. The back of this chassis has been clipped and re-welded to accommodate everything that's going on in here. The air intakes have been relocated from here on both sides to a central air system, and that's sucking in your air with all the custom plumbing already done. You're gonna notice the Trinity exhaust system on this. Very, very well thought out, well planned. Black with a little bit of billet machine. Not a lot of machined parts on this, just enough. Obviously, when you do a long travel kit, which we did with this one, we got to change spring rates. So HCR has a complete kit for your long travel conversion kits for your Pro XP, which is your rear trailing arms, your front A-arms, your radius rods, the springs, and the axles. So we went with that. It's all on the website, guys. If you want to convert your Pro XP, you can. You're going to notice the methods. It's 5-inch wide. It's going to stand the tire up taller, and it keeps the factory offset, so we're not going to get bump steer. If you guys don't know what bump steer is, maybe we should have a video on that later, and I'll get into that. So all the new plumbing's in there, all the suspension's set up, beefy sway bar end links, custom-made sway bar end links. You'll notice we've deleted all the orange stickers on this, and we've gone with the green to complement the color scheme. We also added in our UTV source because it pops. We've relocated the bottle for the coolant up so it's easy access. It's got 2 fire extinguisher mounts. Now guys, these are not on the website. They might be at some time, but they're very, very, very expensive. This is Safecraft. They run them in NASCAR. This is a liquid system, not a powder system, so you can wipe it off. And the customer, again, easy, doesn't want to do anything. If he has a fire, he wants to just grab it and go. It's that fast. These are not cheap. So we'll get into those later. The cage is done in Lamborghini gray as well, matte black. We got the 5150 187 whips up there. Ran on a remote control or an app off your phone. It's pretty dope. We've got these vents in here. They don't really do anything, but they look cool because underneath we have green cyclone lighting from KC Highlights, and at night this thing pops. We're gonna get into that later. There's a lot on this build, guys. So if you stand back and you look at it, the car's impressive. It's very big. It's some people are looking at it going, it looks like a class 1 or a class 10 car. It's a big vehicle. It looks sexy as all hell. I love it. Everyone who sees this car wants this car. Then they see the price tag. You guys want to look at the inside? I want to look at the inside. So you reach through like any Fab Works doors with the window nets and full cage. It's got a full interior. Basically, aluminum panels have been made. Our buddy, our good friend, Ricardo at RFS Motorsports created these awesome door panels and their memory foam, just like you would see in a car. Takes all the rattles out. Custom made aluminum grab handles and pockets in your door. This will fit your iPhone, your remote control for your headliner. Take a look at the headliner. That thing is so rad. Fiber optic headliner in here. Change the colors to whatever you want to do. We have it set on green right now. You're gonna look at the Prp Seats. These are the GTSEs. Right there, GTSEs. These are custom made, like every PRP order. We went tweed, green, and the exotic stitch, which looks amazing. They're also heated seats. Pretty interesting. You're gonna see the billet rails. This has been converted. It's got 2 batteries in it. Both are stock Polaris batteries in series. Done again at Hardwired Performance. So if you take a look on the other side, you're gonna see a GPS. Now I'm gonna go over there and show you how this works. try to keep things as simple as possible when designing a car. So instead of recreating the wheel, here you go. This slides back to the co-driver. He's got his motor grip handles right here to hold on to, and he can play around with the GPS, mark the hazards, do whatever he needs to do, and he never has to loosen his harness. That's a big safety thing. We've been able to maintain all the glove boxes. We've added rugged radios, RM60 car-to-car communications, and your Bluetooth 696, which is your passenger-to-driver communications. It also is going to stream his Bluetooth music. He's going to be able to take his phone calls. He's got an adjustable speed, rugged radios, Parker Bumper. That's for fresh air, guys. This is where you plug in your helmet or your headsets. We've got the 5.3.2 PRP harnesses, 2 inches here, 3 inches in the lap, 5 points, 1 comes up by your groin. Safety window nets. These things are legit. You can take them on and off if you want them. This is going to allow the driver and the co-driver, in the event of wrecking this car, their hands aren't going to flop out the window. So that's rad. Pretty much thought of everything. You notice the doors on shocks, 40-pound weight shocks. You can park on inclines. It's not going to slam you in the back of the head. You've got your door pull, a little bit of billet machine handles here. This thing's insane. It really is. We've chopped the console and flattened it out, because if we go to the back, this is where it gets really cool. The shock is going to keep the door open. Fully paneled interior. We've got a King Shocks quick release jack that plugs into that HCR suspension system so it doesn't slip off its jack. You're going to notice there's no back seats. Well, he does have back seats. He can take this whole system out and plug in his back seats. Let's get into it. That locks out. You've got a beer opener, or bottle opener, I shouldn't say beer opener. You got a bottle opener. It's on a slide. He's got a full-size Yeti. Obviously, we've color matched the Casey Highlights Pro 6 lenses for him. His tuner's in there. Here's the thing about our customer. He wants easy. Easy means he doesn't want to reach in to get a cold drink, bang his head on stuff. He wants to get out of his car, pop this, grab a cold drink, open it up, and have that right there. Easy done. Right here is where his bag's gonna go. So you can grab his bags and get out. Pretty ingenious. I think this was probably one of the most creative things we've done yet. Some people are gonna think this isn't really great, but it's really cool when you don't have to grovel to get your stuff out. And he can also drain his cooler without taking it out, ever. And fill his ice without groveling to get in. He can grab his jack. Boom, it's out. Quick release. Everything on this car is quick release. You notice it's locked in. It can't slide. So if he's on a hill again, it's not going to do some weird stuff. Pull it open. Slide it back. Locks in play. The whole car shakes. It's secure. It's not going anywhere. This thing is just amazing. We've got a spare axle, again on quick release over there. In case he blows a rear axle, he's got a spare one. You don't really need a spare front axle, guys. If something happens to your front axle, take it out. You're gonna notice 2 roto packs on the other side, quick release, and locked up with a key as well. Really, really cool. This car can go some distance before it needs fuel. He's gonna take it to Baja. He's gonna beat the holy crap out of this car. And I'm excited to see it messed up, dirty, and scratched. I can't wait to show him this car today. It's gonna be insane. I wanna see his face. He hasn't seen it yet. He's been really cool. He basically gave us permission to do whatever we wanted to do. And this is what we wanted to do. So that's the build, guys. This is it. This is Tornado. Something that spins completely out of control with no budget. We're gonna show this car to the owner today for the first time. He's picking it up, and we're gonna give you that reaction. I don't know how it's gonna go, to be honest, but I'm excited for him to see this car. It's been a long 8-month build, and that's what you get when you get into these builds. It takes time to have a quality built car, and I'm just super fortunate and excited that we were able to be a part of this. So we're gonna get into that, and then we're gonna lead into some night shots and show you what all these lights do and how cool this build is. Everyone, this is Mr. fucking Princess. So I slipped in. Oh, well. This is, you get to see it for the first time.
Yeah.
So,
Definitely.
this is your car. It's probably gonna be your car though.
Yeah.
You're gonna need a booster seat.
Hell yeah.
So
Whoa, Rick.
So it's not. This isn't normal. So this is not a normal Pro XP.
No.
This is the break next, and we already named your car. It is what it is.
What is it?
It's called Tornado because the build spun out of control.
Yeah, exactly.
How's the elbow rest on there? Because that was
Oh,
the
it's
thing.
perfect. Freaking bro.
Bro. It's like all these things that you like have ideas and like no one wants to execute them. We got to do that with Bill. So.
Yep. Rick, it was worth the wait. You know, as much as I bitched and moaned about stuff,
It's dialed in.
the little details are just unbelievable.
Right. Oh. So
Thanks for making this happen, Rick. Thank you very much.
appreciate it. So what you do is you go like that, and then you
could sell it.
And
with
that's
the
it.
straps.
you just gotta go it. Wow. And cinch. I think he's pretty happy. I think he liked it. Tornado. That's a wrap.